Well, hello, people. Happy Monday. It's Monday. My name is Lisa Robinson. I am the founder and CEO of Keys, Deeds, and Profits and the Creative Wealth Academy. I'm coming live to you today. I'm going to give you four different types of real estate that you can actually wholesale. So grab your pens and papers, tag three people, share three people, do what you got to do because today we're going to get it in a little bit. We're going to go into some more detail. All right, y'all? Okay, now I'm gonna need y'all to go and do what I said do. Go ahead, get your life right. Go in there and teach everybody what I just said. Tag your people. Excuse me. Today we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So if one streaming service, one social media outlet isn't working, try another one. Okay. Okay. Now here we are. Just wanted to. I have to get things the way they need to be figured out over here. Y'all know the drill. I'm not tech, but I try to be. So what I'm doing now is making sure everybody is in the rooms. Are you in the room with me today? Where's everybody? How's everybody today? I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping it. I'm gonna keep it brief, but I'm gonna keep it real. That's all I gotta say. I definitely will keep it real with you, but I'm gonna keep it brief today because I have a lot to do, and I don't want to hold y'all. So today we're going to be talking about four types of real estate that you can wholesale. And I'm not just going to say, oh, mobile homes, commercial, residential. I'm going to give you some inside information that you need to know about each one. So grab your pens, grab your papers, get all of that good stuff ready because content is about to begin. Okay, once again, like I said, my name is Lisa Robinson. I am y'all's favorite real estate diva out here in these real estate streets. I've been slutting it up out here in these streets for the past 26. Next month will be 27 years. Okay, so I've done a little bit of everything. That's why we say slutting it up for all y'all holy rollers who get all upset. I'm a holy roller myself, but y'all like to judge people. I don't judge. I don't judge the people. Y'all be trying to judge the people. I don't have time for that. So one thing's for certain and two things for sure. And I am going to be sharing my screen, so get ready for it, okay? All right. Now, the one thing I want you guys to understand and realize is that I'm making sure everything is everything and everybody is in here. And I am making sure everybody's in here. So I want to make sure everybody got a good time. Have a good time. We in it for a good time, not a long time. And we trying to make money while we do it, right? Right. Okay. Like I said, I am y'all's favorite real estate diva, Mr. Lisa Robinson, out here in these real estate streets for our 26th. We on our way to our 27th trip around the sun, right? We're about to start our 28th trip next month. So don't do anything I wouldn't do, but do everything that I would. Because I'm going to give you some good information that you guys definitely need to know. So when I say grab your pens, grab your papers, and whatever it is that whatever it is that you use to take notes. Okay, here we go. Now, a lot of people have asked me over the last couple of days because I've been live streaming for the past few days, and after yesterday's amazing live stream, thank you for everybody who attended yesterday. I got a couple of questions in my inbox and in my email asking me about the different types. And you all asked me, you said, Delisa, I think I would love to join the Creative Wealth Academy. However, I can't afford $997 right now. And I understand it. Everybody's pockets ain't set up right. The same way, I should say, not the right way, the same way. So what I did is this. If you go to the link and you click the button that says Creative Wealth Academy, you have three different options for payment. You can pay all at once and get a deep discount. You can pay for 4 months and get a get a little discount. You can pay a little bit more, but you still get a discount. Or you can do a 12-month program. Now I'm telling y'all like this. I don't normally do it, and I'm going to put the disclaimer on there. If at any time that your payment does not go through, your access will be revoked. So just so you know, on the 12-month payment plan, it's still not at full price, but you still save some money. Okay, so it's out there. If you guys want to look at that, you can go look at that. Now, why? And somebody had me on the phone last night, and they would ask me, why did I start coaching and teaching and training and doing trainings on social media? Because when I originally started in real estate, nobody that looked like me was doing what I was doing. And the people that did look like me weren't trying to teach everybody else how to do what they were doing. They were trying to hoard everything for themselves and not give out the information. So, my dear people, your girl said, I'm sick of this. I don't do gatekeeping. I'm trying to keep all this information. I'm going to try and give you as much information as possibly can. So, that's how the Creative Wealth Academy got created, because I took my mistakes. I took my wins, my losses, my mistakes, the lessons that I learned over the past 25, 26 years, and I put them into the Creative Wealth Academy. So you now have a, an outlet and a resource, I should say, not an outlet, a resource that you can tap into in order to get the information that you need to get started. If you haven't gotten started, if you need to grow the business you already have, there are steps there that are going to help you to grow. Or maybe you want to diversify the portfolio. You don't know about land, or you don't know about flipping houses. You only know how to be a landlord. You don't know how to do commercial developments and things like that. So all of that is in here. And the beautiful part about it is, if you join this year, if you join, you will get me once a week teaching live classes every week starting February 6th. We're going to be on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to be teaching you classes. I'm going to be going through the classes. You'll be getting action steps every week. We're going to have insight sessions. We're in an insight session, or a strategy session, as I like to call it, is where we go in and everybody can just come in. You can ask questions and get guidance. You can get your deals analyzed. It's more like a study hall. I like to call it a study hall. And we go through step by step everything, and we're on there for like at least until, everybody's questions are answered. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2 hours, sometimes 20 minutes. It depends on how the people come in and what type of questions they have. To be honest, the Creative Wealth Academy is something that I wish I had when I first started working and when I first started getting into real estate. And for those of you who don't know, what prompted me to get into real estate was I owned a home. And then one Sunday, I live in Buffalo, and one Sunday in the Buffalo Evening News, they had this. Hi, Victoria. How are you, my love? One Sunday in the Buffalo Evening News, they had this, on the local section, they had this couple who had immigrated from Turkey to the United States, and they were making $500,000 a year in profit from rental properties. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up a minute, pump your brakes, girl. You could do that. We could do this. And at the time, and I'm being honest, like I said, this was almost 20 plus, this was 20 years ago. $500,000 was a lot of money in real estate. Now it's not a lot of money. You buy one house at $500,000. Back then, houses weren't as expensive as they are now. Rent wasn't as high as it is now. So you might not make those same profit margins based on when you get in, how you get in, and the deals that you negotiate. So the Creative Wealth Academy is built to teach you how to get around that and to maximize your cash flow, your profits, your equity, and your appreciation, because those are all the things that matter in real estate profitability. Okay. Now, through like I said, 26 years, I documented my entire process. And by documenting my process, I am now I hope you learn from my mistakes. because I've made plenty of mistakes. Don't let this pretty brown face fool you. I have made some mistakes. I love you more, my darling. Inspiring houses will be going to for $1 million. Yeah, $1 million. And thank you, Victoria, for saying that because houses are going, and we're talking about Buffalo. Buffalo is like the country part. I don't want to say country because we are a city, but compared to Manhattan and Brooklyn and the Bronx and Queens, the five boroughs, we are more of a Cleveland than we are a New York City. So to give you an example, and to be honest with you, living in Buffalo, I can get to Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Pittsburgh before I can get to New York City. So to give you guys an idea of where the distance between, if I'm driving in a car, I can drive to Cleveland, Ohio in 3 hours, but it takes me 7.5 hours to get to New York City. Well, 7.5 hours for me because I drive 100 miles an hour going all the way. But that ain't none of y'all business. And don't be following me and telling nobody that I'm driving that fast. But that's what I'm saying. So we're more Western. We're Western New York. So I am closer to the Midwest than I am to New York City. Just to give you guys an idea of the proximity of where Buffalo is. So I've made some mistakes. Houses in Buffalo, like I bought my house that I live in 15, yeah, 15 years ago. We moved in here 15 years ago. 15 years ago, this year will be 16. 15 years ago, I bought this house from the HUD auction, and you can go to HUD.gov, HUDhomes.gov, or whatever that website is, and they will tell you I paid $15,000 for this house. And this is just, like I said, 15 years ago. Today, completely renovated, completely, if I want to sell it, I can sell it for $250,000 to $300,000. And I'm not selling it right now, but if I ever needed the cash, I could sell it. Just so y'all know. All right, but then I'd be homeless, so that's the reason why I'm not selling it. So that's what I'm saying. Houses don't go as cheap like that. It's some you can still find houses like that. Now, don't get me wrong. You can still find houses at that price point, but you're not going to find them in Buffalo. You're not going to find them in New York City. You're not going to find them in a major city on the East Coast or the West Coast. You will find them in the middle of the country, in the Midwest. So that's where you guys need to look if you want to look for houses. I gave y'all 16 different markets a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see what y'all want to do from there. Now, today's lesson, 4 types of real estate that you can actually wholesale, because a lot of you come to me saying you don't have any money, you don't have any credit, or your credit is challenged. So you want to get into real estate. This is how you're going to have to do it. You don't have to do it this way, but this is the best option for you to get into it. Not only will you be able to stack cash, you will also be able to stack cash, you will also be able to learn the fundamentals by learning how to wholesale. You can cut people like me out of your business. The wholesaler, you could save a lot more money if you learn the wholesaling process and then started flipping houses, because you would know how to find your own properties. You would need me. You would need me or the rest of my crew for the rest of my wholesalers out there, and you would save a crap ton of money probably in some cases. Because I know I've made $50,000 on a deal. I've made $30,000 on a deal. I made $20,000 on a deal. Imagine if you saved that money in your pocket. Just saying. Trust me, I'm not going to encourage you to do it. But hey, thanks for the paycheck. I appreciate you. Hey, what do you want me to do? My mug of the day, Queen. Hmm. For those of you who know I collect coffee mugs and drink. I don't drink coffee though. I drink tea. Just so you guys know, I drink tea. Big old tea bag hanging out beside, just so y'all can see it. But I love me some tea. Now, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it, because I don't want y'all to think, I'm gatekeeping the information. So we're going to get into it. Let's get into it. One of my favorite internet chefs, he says that all the time. Let's get into it. I'm like, all right, I like that. So let's get into it. Today we are let me talk about four different types of real estate. I'm going to give you the type. I'm going to give you the type of buyer that's looking for this type of real estate. Because y'all be thinking everybody is for you. Everybody's not for you. Everybody is not your buyer. Everybody is not your client. Everybody is not your seller. Every house is not meant for you. Every type of real estate wholesaling is not meant for you. Okay? Just so you guys can understand how this works. It's not meant for you. It is meant for you to pick one. Choose your niche. And today I'm going to give you the four niches so you can understand what it is. Okay? All right. Now don't say I didn't give it to you now. Now, remember yesterday I told y'all today. I'm going to tell you again today. I told you yesterday. I'm going to tell you tomorrow. I'm going to tell you the next day after that. I am on a mission this year. I am helping 100, a century of people, 100 people. Keep it 100. I'm trying to make 100 people real estate investors. You can be new real estate investors and I teach you how to do this, or you can be in the business right now and I teach you something new. I am trying to get 100 people to start investing in real estate this year. So if you want to be part of the 100, stick and stay so we can tell y'all so I can give y'all what y'all need to be done. Okay. Now, the reason why is because I don't know if y'all realize this, but and I'm gonna tell you, I don't take my black card for this one, but Donald Trump is probably the best president for y'all to have in office if you want to be in real estate or business. Did I vote for Donald Trump? No, I didn't. Can't stand the man. But I know where for my business, he's the best president to have in office. You could tell by all the business people he's putting into his cabinet. He don't care about the criminal records. He don't care about the shadiness that they do because they've made billions. The majority of the people he's choosing for his cabinet are high earning millionaires or billionaires. Don't let them people fool y'all. So, do I like Donald Trump? Absolutely not. I stopped being a fan of Donald Trump way back on season 3 of The Apprentice, when he asked Randall to share his prize with that little crazy looking girl. That's the so that's when I said no, I'm not for that. And I was like, no. So that's why. Now, up until that point, I used to look at it and be like, okay, he's doing this. He's really doing real estate. He's doing big things. I don't know if y'all realize this or not. Donald Trump used to own, I don't know if he still does. That's why I say used to. He used to own the Empire State Building. So, hey, say what you want, but that's y'all problem for the next 4 years, not mine, because I'm gonna make money. I don't care what he do at this point. My pocket is not gonna change. What's gonna increase thanks to him and them tax cuts. I love it. But if you don't have an LLC, an S corp or a C corp, that ain't the president for you. Just saying. Anywho, so I am trying to get 100 people into the real estate investment space. I am going to help 20 of those people or more become 6-figure wholesalers, where they will run and operate a 6-figure wholesaling business. I am getting another 20 or more 7-figure portfolios, where you can own a portfolio of real estate. We're going to work and get you a portfolio of real estate that is worth more than 7 figures, which means if it's worth more than 7 figures, you should be earning somewhere around $10,000 a month. Now, I said earning, not profiting. You might be earning that, but you might not profit that. But you should be doing at least $10,000 to $20,000 a month on that type of a portfolio. All right. Now that's my gift to the world for this year. I'm going to be on here and I'm going to be giving out a lot of information. I'm going to be live streaming a lot. I'm going to be doing some in-person events. I'm doing a speaking at the Charge Up Your Life event in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in May 30th and 31st. So I will have the link on my page, on my website. The link will be on my website later today, actually. And you guys, if you're interested in purchasing tickets for that event, go see Dallas. Dallas is beautiful. I can't wait to go. The venue that she's picked is amazing. So I can't wait to be there and speak. And I'm going to be speaking again about getting these 100 people into real estate. So That's what we're doing. Now, the four types of properties that you can wholesale. Now, which one will you choose? And I want to know how many of you are seriously considering wholesaling real estate. If you don't already, you're considering it. And if you are wholesaling real estate, what type of real estate do you wholesale? And don't say everything, because some of y'all say everything. And I'm gonna tell you this. My mother used to always say, if you're trying to do everything, you're not doing anything. That was my mama, y'all. Property type number one, land. Everybody wants to build right now. Land is where you will find it. Land is what is going to keep you paid. We just had a young lady not too long ago. She just started wholesaling real estate, and she chose land. Her first deal, she made $108,000. Our friend Sean is she's one of Sean's clients too. And Sean called me. She said, "You're not gonna believe this." And then she told me this story. It's like, what? First deal she ever did, wholesaling real estate, she made somebody's salary on one deal. So land. Why? Because everybody is looking to build, everybody's looking to develop. And the types of people and the buyers that you're going to have when you're wholesaling land are flippers, because all the flippers are looking to do new build constructions now. I don't know if you guys are paying attention on Instagram and TikTok, but a lot of the flippers, a lot of the people, they started out wholesaling, then they went to flipping, and then they went to new construction. That's like the order of process for a lot of people. You don't have to go that route, but you can go that route if that's what you choose to do. Now, the flippers and the builders, because builders in Buffalo, we got Ryan Homes. In Atlanta, they have, I can't remember the builder right off the top of my head, but I've talked to so many builders over the course of the last 6 months that are all looking for land and property in different areas, mainly Florida, Georgia, Texas is another one, and the Carolinas, South and North. Okay. Those are the people that I've been talking to lately, and they're looking for land. Alabama's another one too. Flippers and builders, they're looking for the most profit. They're only looking at the mechanic. I'm sorry, don't pay attention to that. That's from yesterday when I said only looking at it. When I tell you builders, they're the new construction builders, they're looking for land that's close to other amenities, things like the mall, the grocery stores. They're looking to develop neighborhoods. So that's where you want to look at. The flippers who are now doing new construction, they're looking in the cities where they're looking in the areas where the property values are going up. Not that they're coming up. They have to be already up. Okay, because they want to make the most money they can. So if they buy a property for 200 and they put like another $150,000 in renovation and new build into it, they want to be at least in high six figure profit areas. Okay, so let me explain. If I have a client who does new construction, he'll buy some land in Georgia. He buys land in Georgia. He will flatten the land because he can buy it with a house on it. He doesn't care. He's going to knock that house down. He's going to prep and make the land what we call shovel ready. Shovel ready means we're ready to build on this land. That means the infrastructure is already in place. The utilities are already in place. The electricity and everything else is already there. So they're ready to build this land. Okay, so they build this house, I'm sorry. So when they go to build on it, what they're going to do is they're going to build the foundation, they're going to start building, and they're going to build it up. He can buy this land for $200,000. That means, and he can put a 3,000 or 4,000 square foot house on it, or a 2,500 square foot house. Where's my calculator? Because y'all know I'm bad at math. Now, average build is 150 times 2,500. So that house is going to cost him $375,000 to build. Plus, he might have paid 150, 200, say 200,000 for the land itself. That's 575,000. He's all in. You think he wants a $25,000 profit? You think he wants a $50,000 profit? No, he wants a six-figure profit on that. So the houses in the area are going to have to cost, at a minimum, $675,000. He might put it out there and try it depending on what type of amenities, meaning extra materials, building materials, the little extras that we find at Home Depot and Lowe's that we just love so much. So whatever little amenities and extras that he puts on that house that cost him 575,000 all in, he might sell for 799 almost 800,000 because he still has to pay the real estate agent's commission. He still has to pay holding costs if he got a construction loan. He still got to pay his team. So you have to understand that part. Okay. So land, everybody's looking for land. That's the type of flipper build. The flippers and the builders are the ones who are going to be looking for land. Commercial developers are also looking for land, but they're looking for different things. They're looking for zoning and access to the infrastructure. And sometimes you might get what am I calling it? You might get land, acres. That's what it was. You might get acres and acres of land, and developers are looking for acres and acres of land. Why? Because they want to build a new housing development. So that's a different ball game at that point. Now that's why zoning is so important to a commercial developer. They want location, they want accessibility. They're looking at site, they're looking at the size of and the shape. Believe it or not, the shape of the land will matter. So that's another reason why we're looking for that. Now, anybody looking for land in Oklahoma, I got a couple of parcels of land available in Oklahoma. Just reach out to me, let me know. Okay. Now, the things you need to know when you're wholesaling land: research the local zoning laws for the market that you want to wholesale land in. You have to know the zoning laws and you have to know the land use regulations, because if you do not know land use regulations, you're going to be in a world of trouble. And here's why. In the South, in the Midwest, they have land use regulations. You cannot use this land for building homes. It can only be used for agriculture. So you can't think you're about to wholesale some land to somebody and they can build a lot of houses on it. That's not how that works. They can't do it. They can't build not one house. If it's zoned agriculture, that means they have to farm. They have to raise cattle. They have to do something with the farming agriculture industry on that land. They can't do anything else. All right. Some municipalities, I said that already, have land use restrictions. Like they might say parts of the land can be used for residential, parts of it can be used for agriculture, but maybe this land can be used for commercial. So, and then you're going to build your buyers list according to people who want to buy land and the type of land that you have for sale. So there's two different criteria that has to be on your buyers list. You want first your buyers list. If you're wholesaling land, you're going to need land buyers. If you're doing land, and one of my clients, hey Cecily, she does land. She started out wholesaling land. Now she invests and buys land. So that's another thing too. All right. So it's all about the land for her. And I'm so excited. Anytime I have a question regarding land, I will call her because she is well versed in land. Property type number 2, everybody's favorite, residential. But here's the kicker, and I tell you guys this all the time. I don't think y'all believe me, though. I really don't think y'all believe me when I say this. But the house doesn't have to be distressed in order for you to wholesale it. Doesn't have to be run down in the worst neighborhood and this and the other. You should be looking for the worst house in the best neighborhood. The worst house in the best neighborhood. Those are the houses you need to put on your list. Those are the ones you need to put out there for you to wholesale, because those are going to make you the most money. Just a thought, but carry on, do what y'all do. Now, we went over these 3 types of buyers for residential: flippers, builders, the landlords, the homeowners. Flippers are looking for the most profit, cash flow, and they're only going to look at the mechanics. Whereas your landlords are going to look for cash flow, high cap rates, because they're trying to build generational wealth. The homeowner is looking for somewhere they're going to be for at least two or more years. So they're going to live in that home. They're going to take longer to decide. They're going to be financing most of the time. So you want to make sure you know the rules about wholesaling when you're doing financing. Some lenders will put a restriction on how much the wholesaler can make, and y'all don't know that. So that's why y'all need to get in Creative Wealth Academy, because we talk about stuff like that. Now, the things you should know when you're doing residential is 1 to 4 units. So a single family home, a duplex, a triplex, or a quad. Some states and municipalities require you to have a license. They require you to have a license. They require you, and they have certain restrictions that you may not have. Um, some will tell you have to disclose. Some will tell you to have a license. Some will tell you that you can only wholesale a certain number of houses a year if you don't have a license. So you have to know the restrictions, you have to know the rules and regulations of your areas. And like I said, you need to start learning, because a lot of people are financing their wholesale deals now. So you need to learn the laws that govern lending and wholesaling. Property type number 3, mobile homes, attached and detached. See, that's the thing. That's the biggest difference for some of you. And some of you, oh, I got this mobile home. And I ask you all the time, is it attached to the land? What do you mean? It's in a mobile home park. Well, I mean, is it attached to the land? Like, is it attached to, is the house on a foundation, but it's still a mobile home? Or is it on a chassis and it's still a mobile home? I need to know if it's attached to land. If it's wearing a dress, it's not attached. Just so y'all know. The the wrap around the bottom of a mobile home is called a skirt. So that's why I say if it's wearing a dress, it's not attached. All right. Now, mobile homes have two buyers: homeowners, landlords. Here's the kicker though: homeowners are going to look for the amenities that are within the mobile home. How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Is it single wide, double wide? Is it attached to the foundation? They prefer that it's attached to the foundation. They might be, and they're going to be willing to pay a little bit more. Now, landlords, they're looking for profitability. So they don't care about the condition, because they probably got a crew of people that's going to come in there and renovate it real quick. And they may want to move the home. That's why you need to know if it's attached or detached. You also need to know, ta-da, can the home be moved? In the state of South Carolina, and I learned this because I was wholesaling mobile homes in South Carolina. In the state of South Carolina, guess what? If a mobile home is 20 years or older, you can't move it unless it is brought up to current day code, which is going to cost you a lot of money on a mobile home that's been sitting on that lot for 20 years. You can't move them. So you have to know the rules and regulations. So the things you need to know when you're doing mobile homes: ownership or tenancy may require park approval. Let me give you a perfect example. I was selling a mobile home here in Buffalo. And yes, we have mobile homes in Buffalo. And well, it's not in Buffalo, it's like in Lockport. This is in Lockport, which is not a suburb of Buffalo, but another town over. Is in like the next county over. And when we got offers on this mobile home, people were asking, how much is the park rent? And the park, they had to fill out a background check, and the background in the church, in the mobile home park manager was denying a lot of the clients because they either had criminal records, bad credit, or whatever. She didn't care. She was kicking them out. She was like, no, we don't want that here. And I'll be honest, it was a nice park. It had a pool, had a community pool, playground, a library, a community room. It was a really nice mobile home park. So I get why she was telling people no. I probably would have said no too. But I'm just saying that's what they was doing. Hey, just because that's what they was doing, don't make it right, right? So not all parks are created equal. They offer different amenities. Like I said, this one here in Buffalo had a swimming pool, community room, a library. It had the electric was included. See, the electric to the park was included. with the park rent. So they had a higher monthly park rent. Okay. So that's another thing too. You guys, you have lot rent when you have a mobile home park. So just because you own the mobile home, there's still lot rent that you have to pay. And the lot rent might include, it's like an HOA. It might include them coming by and cutting your grass. It might include in Buffalo shoveling your snow. You don't know what it includes, so you need to make sure you know what it includes. And you have to understand that detached properties in most areas are considered vehicles. So you will close at the DMV, not at the county like you normally would. Okay? So, and if you don't know anything about mobile homes, ask someone who does, because it is very easy to get out here in these real estate streets and get caught up in some mess that you don't understand. Stop trying to pretend you don't need help. Ask someone to help you. All right. Y'all still with me? Say yes, no, maybe so. Last one, property type number 4, commercial. This year, the past 2 years, I've been getting into commercial real estate more and more. And I'm telling you, it's a different ball game altogether. Whether it's residential commercial or business commercial real estate is a completely different type of real estate. Okay. The requirements are different. The process is a little different. Everything is different. Now, who's buying commercial properties? Investors and business owners. Investors are looking for cap rate and cash flow, which is how quickly am I getting my money back? Because that's an investor for you. Investors want to know, how soon is my money coming back to me? How soon is how soon and how quick can I get paid back? They're more worried about location, because location will determine how quickly they're going to get their money back. And they very much want value added properties where they can add value and increase their profitability very quickly. Notice I said the word quick about 5 times. Keep that in mind when you're dealing with investors who invest in commercial properties. Commercial properties consist of multifamily apartment complexes, mobile home parks. Okay. Yes, you investor might have a portfolio of real estate of residential single family homes. You are not the commercial investor. It's totally different ballgame. Okay. Now, business owners, they're looking for low to no construction costs because they're ready to move their business into this building and do as little work as possible so they can get it up and running and start making their money back. The location will matter. Zoning will matter. The aesthetics are going to matter. How much, depending on how much money they have set aside for a construction budget, just try and start getting people into these properties and these homes. So that's where you want to be. So the aesthetics are going to matter. Imagine it used to be an old grocery store, now they want to open a daycare, or it used to be a daycare, now they want to open a hair salon, or it used to be a hair salon, now they want to turn into a medical center. So you have location, aesthetics, all of that's going to matter. Okay. Now, some things you need to know, and then we're going to wrap this up. Things you need to know when you're doing commercial wholesaling. Commercial deals take longer to close. Why? Because the due diligence time is longer. Due diligence is going to be at least at minimum 30 days. Sometimes you have investors who are buying properties out of state. They have to fly in and look at it, or they have to send their representative to fly in and look at it. So you got to match up dates and times. So you are not going to get paid quickly on a commercial deal unless you find one that's ready to go. Everybody, and you such a good deal that they don't feel like they need to come look at it. But that's not going to, or they don't need to do a whole due diligence process like they normally would do. So they require higher earnest money deposits. Okay. Here's the deal. And your assignment fee. Sometimes you can get an assignment fee, and sometimes you're going to enter into a commission agreement instead of an assignment fee. Okay. So that's what you need to know. And before the contract, you're going to be presented 9 times out of 10 with an LOI. Once the LOI is approved, then they'll sign the contract. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all like that? Y'all good? Everybody good? Everybody golden? I like it. I like it too. All right. Now, so what, if anything, I want to make sure you guys got everything you needed. You guys understand the 4 different types of properties that you can wholesale. Can you wholesale other things? Absolutely. I've wholesale Airbnb units where one person was running an Airbnb. They didn't want to do the Airbnb anymore. So I wholesaled it and sold it to someone else. I've done that before. You can wholesale lease options. People take out lease options and they wholesale it to someone else. You can wholesale you can wholesale doing creative finance strategies. You can wholesale doing any type of real estate. As long as it's considered real estate, you can wholesale it. Warehouses, that's part of commercial. Warehouses, the malls, all these empty mall buildings around here, everything can be wholesale, just so you know. All right. Now, if you are looking to be a part of my table for 20 this year, 20 wholesalers to get to 6 figures, my spots are filling up. I will say that because I have about 4 people that have already signed up. So I'm still looking to get more into it. Somebody asked me this not too long ago, and I said I didn't want to because it was going to take up way more of my time than I needed it to. But somebody asked me about doing one-on-one wholesaling coaching. I will do it on a case-by-case basis. If you're interested in wholesaling with me one-on-one, it is a 4 to 6 week process. And depending on what else I got going on, because I know I got a vacation coming up. So if I got a vacation coming up, it's going to be 6 weeks. If I don't, it's going to be 4 straight weeks and we're going to be in and out. And I do work with you one-on-one. You will have access to the wholesaling course that's already pre-recorded. And yeah, I'm interested in doing that, but that's on a case-by-case basis because that isn't, if you notice, I don't even think that's on the website right now, to be honest with you. But if you are serious about wholesaling and you want to get into this 20 people, you want to do one-on-one with me, I'm open to it. You just have to DM me, text me if you have my phone number, DM me if you don't, and tell me, hey, I want to learn how to, just put, hey, I want to learn how to wholesale, and I will contact you, reach out. We will get on a call one-on-one, and that is what we do, people. We will get on a phone call one-on-one, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions and try to fill out where you are, see if you're a good fit for the program because it's a very strenuous program. All right. All right. Now, this process, and I'm telling you, the 100 people, you are all going to be coming through what I have, the Creative Wealth Academy. This process is not for everybody. My coaching style is not for everybody. Do you need a coach? Yes. And do you need me? You might, because I'm one of the best that ever did it. I ain't gonna lie. But we might not mesh. So this process is not for everybody, but it is for you, and it will be the exact thing that some of you actually need. Okay. The process is great if you want to be committed to the process of wholesaling real estate. You're going to take direction, you're ready to move, and you're ready to change your life with the type of money that you're going to make. I remember when I was working in collections, these young ladies were 10. Let's see. This one young lady, her name is Shayna. She had just graduated high school. She literally was like 18, 19 years old, and she was making more money than her parents, collecting student loans for the United States Department of Education. She really was. I'm not exaggerating either. She was able, and because she was still living at home with her parents, she was able to bank her paychecks. She would take like $200-300 out of each paycheck and put the rest of it in. And when I say she was banking it, Shayna was making anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 a month in bonus, or more in bonus. And she would take her paycheck every 2 weeks. She'd take about $5,000. She said if she got a bonus, she'd take 1,000. If she didn't get a bonus, she would take about 400, and the rest she would just put in a bank. And she was very strict about her money even then. I loved her. But I used to have a talk with everybody when they came into the collections. The same way I have a conversation with everyone when they come into real estate. You have to be mentally prepared to earn that type of money, or it's not going to do you any good. I could care less if you're ready to do it. I could care less if you say you're ready, you're not ready. If you have not seriously sat down and come up with a plan for yourself, you have to be mentally ready for that type of money. Imagine you close a deal and you got $5,000. And I know a lot of y'all saying $5,000, that's not no real money. But if you did that 3, 4 times a week, I mean 3, 4 times a month, you're not looking at 15 to 20,000 a month. You're not making that on your job now. Half of y'all not making the 5,000 a month now. But this is the possibility that you're walking into. So you have to know that you're ready for it. So that's why I always say, if you're ready to show up for 2 hours a week, 1 hour is going to be one-on-one, the other hour is going to be in a group setting. Okay, so you have to be willing to show up with me 2 hours a week for yourself even more. And here's where, and a lot of you are going to say, I don't have time. I work a job and this, that, and the other, whatever. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell the people who've already joined. I want you to take 3 days, the next 3 days. Today, we'll start tomorrow. Start fresh tomorrow morning. And I want you to write down what time you wake up, what time you go to work, what time you go on lunch break, what time you come home, what time, what you watched on TV. Don't put how much TV you watched. I want you to write down how much TV you watched. I want you to write down what you watched on TV. Then I want you to write the time that you spent watching that show. Here's why. The average person spends 3 hours per day watching TV. That is 21 hours a week that you could have been doing something for yourself in your business that you didn't even have to worry about. Oh, I don't have time to make phone calls because I work 12 in the afternoon till 9 o'clock at night. Well, you can mail letters from 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning. You can send text messages and answer them back when you're on your break. You can send emails. You can send letters. Like I said, you can send letters and answer the mail and just answer your phone, leave your phone on voicemail and get back to everybody when you get off work or the next morning. Hey, I saw you call me. Here you go. There's so many different ways and excuses that you have that I have an excuse buster for. So if it sounds like you're ready to move forward and you want to move forward with me in the Creative Wealth Academy, you guys can do that by coming in, send me a message or click the link, and I'll drop the link for you guys if you want me to. If you click the link, you will get the Creative Wealth Academy. We have 4 modules. Creative financing strategies. We go over wholesaling, lease options, subject to, and foreclosures. Not just tax deeds and tax liens, but mortgage foreclosures as well. Portfolio building and maintenance. We will talk about the acquisitions. We will talk about funding your projects, how to hire your team so you can manage it, how you can put your systems in place to guarantee your cash flow. Flipping houses. We talk about everything. I have a 6-step process that I use when I flip houses. I'm going to teach you the step by step, all 6 phases of the process. And funding. Now, here's the thing. If you are a part of the Creative Wealth Academy, even if you're not, but if you're a part of Creative Wealth Academy, you will, anybody that invests in real estate at one point in your life, you're going to need funding. I say that with my whole chest. You're going to need funding at some point. So you might as well come to someone you can get the funding from. I do have a funding option for hard money loans, traditional loans, and they're all investor friendly. So you can do fix and flip, buy and hold, short-term rentals, DSCR loans, and private lenders. We do have some private lenders in our database, and I mean real private lenders who are actually lending their money out to you, not saying, oh, I'm a private lender, and then you get a hard money loan. No, this is a real private lender. So if you guys are interested in the Creative Wealth Academy, we do offer live training along with our pre-recorded curriculum. and we have support. We have the support of our private Facebook group, and we have the support of my entire nationwide network. Because once you are in the Creative Wealth Academy, you do have access to the network and the database so that you can fly free and work and do whatever everything you need. Now, I did say this until February 5th. You have until February 5th. If you make a one-time payment, it's $9.97. If you make 5 payments, it will be $3.97 down and $1.97 a month. Or you can do the one payment a month for 12 months, and it's $1.97 a month. Join me in this process. As always, you guys, I can't express enough. I wish I had something like this when I first started. It would have eliminated so many of my mistakes. But again, too, when I first started, we barely had the internet. We didn't have a YouTube or, I mean, you got to think, I'm older than YouTube and Google. So we didn't have all that when I first started out. I wish we did, but we didn't have all that. So now it's just a matter of putting it out there and getting stuff done so that you guys know exactly what it is. I wish I did have Google and YouTube and PropStream, all that other stuff that we have. I wish I had it when I first started out. I probably wouldn't have made so many mistakes. And there's a coach at every corner. So if I'm not your cup of tea, I am somebody else's favorite shot of Patron. So you can do that. But I am all over in these social media streets as well. You can find us on YouTube at Delisa Robinson, the Real Estate Diva. Also on Instagram. Hey, Instagram, because I didn't even greet y'all today. I'm on Instagram at the Real Estate Diva. Because if you put in the Real Estate Diva, it's like 50 million of us. The Real Estate Diva. And then on Facebook as the Real Estate Diva, or under my personal page, Delisa Robinson, LinkedIn, and TikTok. All of that. So hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. There's a lot of videos that you can tap into on YouTube as well. Okay. All right. Now, listen, I tell y'all this every day, but y'all don't think I honestly believe it. Y'all think I just say it to say it. But if this was your first time, don't let it be your last. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back and always showing your girls some love and support, because I appreciate it. And you can choose to be anything you want in this world. I just hope you choose to be kind, because at some point in your life, someone has been kind to you. Believe it or not, somebody's shown you some kindness at one point in your life. And it's always good to pay kindness forward. You know the movie, Pay It Forward? I like that. It's one of my favorites. And then pay it forward. By paying it forward, not only does it make you a good person, but if we all did it, make the world a much better place. And I think we can all agree that we deserve more kindness right now in this day and age, right? Okay. Now, the question queue is open. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can put them in the chat, and I will be more than happy to answer y'all questions. Barshawn Zimmerman, you don't see the link? Hold on a minute, sweetie. Which link are you looking for? The link for the Creative Wealth Academy? Hold on one second. I can get you that. Or, let's see, Creative Wealth Academy. We have the wholesaling DIY kit is out there as well. That's not on the, but that's not on there either. So if you are looking for the link, Creative Wealth Academy, here it is. Sorry guys, I thought I had it out there. My bad. Here is the link for the Creative Wealth Academy. I will also put it in the chat on the Facebook groups. Sorry. Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, if you click the link in the bio, tap the, go down to the resource section. It's the second section. It says Creative Wealth Academy. It's a big yellow box. You can click that and it'll come right up for you. There are 3 payment options. And if you don't have it, but you want to save the money, you can always use Klarna, Afterpay, or Affirm to get into it. But the Creative Wealth Academy, because somebody did ask me this and I just saw the question, it is a 1 year program. It's not 6 weeks. The one-on-one program for wholesaling is 6 weeks. The Creative Wealth Academy is 1 whole year, 12 months, 52 weeks of training with me one-on-one. Because after next year, I'm not going to do it one-on-one again. I'm not going to do it live again. I'll probably do like some courses live, but I won't do every single last one live, which is what I'm doing this year. And I partnered up with some other wealth strategists for credit and insurance. We're going to talk to some builders. We're going to talk to some commercial investors. We got a lot of people coming in. And so if this is something that you guys want to do or need to do, let me know, because now is the time. Because I can tell you now, the Creative Wealth Academy normally price is $2,997. And that's even cheap from what I've been told and yelled at about from my circle of friends who are also out in these streets coaching and advising and consulting, and they're telling me it's so cheap. And I said, well, you gotta understand the people that I deal with mostly don't have credit or they don't have any money. So I'm trying to make it as affordable as possible for these people. But if it stresses me out, the price is going up. I hate to say it that way, but yeah, if I get stressed out, the price is gonna be much higher next year. Because listen, you got to get paid to be that stressed, and I know I'm gonna be stressed, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm really looking forward to 20 people. I'm really looking forward to the 20 people that are going to be wholesaling, and the 20 people who are building commercial properties. In that sense, I can't wait. I'm very excited. I can't wait. So if that is all, I'm coming on for an hour every day, and my hour is almost up. So if you guys don't have any other questions, comments, concerns, let me see. No. Nope. All right, I'm double checking, make sure I don't have any other questions. Okay, we was in it for a good time, not a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, drop your girl a note. Just let me know. If you got some good information out of this, I would love to hear back. If you are wholesaling and you're receiving some tips, and some of the tips and action steps that I've given you guys to take have been profitable for you, let me know. All right, now tomorrow we're going to go over PropStream. Yep, I'm going to open up my PropStream and I'm going to show you guys how to build a list on PropStream. Because some of you are paying for this service. The service is $97 a month. Some of you guys are paying for the service and you don't even know how to use the service, or you're not using the service. I know I had my one coaching client. She paid for PropStream for a whole year and never used it. So that's $97. You gotta understand, $97 for 12 months. That's $1,164 that she wasted. I don't have that type of money to waste. So tomorrow we're gonna do PropStream and show you guys how to build your lists. All right. Okay. Talk to you mañana. Good night. Have a good day. God bless.